The Marine Toys for Tots foster care program is bringing hope to children who need it most. Every 2 minutes, a child enters foster care, often with only a small bag of belongings. More than 400,000 children face trauma and uncertainty, many before age 8. This May, during Foster Care Awareness Month, Toys for Tots is creating Room for Joy. In 2025, nearly 375,000 children received comfort through toys, books, and essentials, reminding them they are not alone. Donate now and change a child's life.
Bruce Blakeman, I love you too. You're not a mother, but I do love you, just so you know that. How are you?
Well, I love you too, Sid, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Absolutely. So you're only a couple of days removed, my man, from meeting with President Trump in the Oval Office. I spoke to you actually that morning. That was very cool on your way there. And before we get to what Kathy Hochul did yesterday with this budget, let's talk about, if you can, some of the specifics of the conversation you had with President Trump in Washington, D.C., I guess Tuesday. What were some of the specifics you guys discussed?
Well, Sid, you're a friend of the president, and you know him very well, so I don't have to tell you that he loves New York. He cares about New York. Remember when he built the Woolman rink in record time after the city was unable to build just a simple ice skating rink. He's developed so many properties in New York that are first-class, world-class buildings. He loves New York. He cares about New York. So we spent a lot of time talking about New York. We talked about the lack of economic development in New York, high taxes, the high utility rates in New York. We had a very, very good conversation about a lot of things related to New York. And then, of course, there were people coming in and out of the Oval Office. I got to meet Secretary of State Mark Rubio again.
A great
guy,
great. Yep.
terrific, a real courageous guy. He's doing an amazing job as Secretary of State. And Lee Zeldin joined us, who's the EPA director and a good friend of mine, a good friend of yours, and a great New Yorker. And Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. So we got to see a lot of people. We talked about a wide range of issues, and at the end of the meeting, as I promised you I would, I said I have regards from Sid Rosenberg, and he goes, "What a great guy!" So he loves you.
That's great. I know you did it, and I know he said that, and I love you. I love him too. I do. I want this Iran war to end already because I think it's hurting him and hurting us and hurting our chances at the midterm. So I'm honest. I can't lie. I got to be honest. But I love him dearly, and I'm already sad about 2028. Unless you can guarantee me that your friend who you met there, and I know very, very well from my days down in Miami, Marco Rubio, is going to win in 2028. If you can guarantee me that, then the Trump exit will still be very painful, but I can live with it. But anybody else but Rubio, when Trump leaves in 2028, what a sad day for America, Bruce.
Well, first of all, you're not going to get me in the middle of that, Sid. Nice try. We've got a lot of great people. Vice President Vance, Marco Rubio.
Ted Cruz?
We've got him. We've got Governor Youngkin. We've got Governor DeSantis. We have a deep bench of qualified people that could be president at any time. Look what they have. Buttigieg, Harris, Newsom. I mean, it's not even close. It's unbelievable. It's like the NBA All-Star team against, some CYO team.
I know.
It's just unbelievable the amount of talent that we have in the Republican Party compared to the lack of talent in the Democratic Party. So we got over 2.5 more years of President Trump. I think that he will end the war very shortly, but I am firmly behind him in making sure that Iran never gets nuclear weapons capability.
Me too.
Because these crazy people would think nothing of taking out 3 million New Yorkers with a nuclear attack.
Agreed. No.
They would think nothing of it. They wouldn't lose a minute's sleep over it. They have no conscience. They are evil people, and they are They hate America. So it's something that had to be done to protect the future for our children and our grandchildren.
I agree with all that. But I will tell you this, because you're a very proud Jew, Bruce Blakeman, and I'm proud of you. And in fact, I know you're speaking at the RJC event in New York. It's the first one. You know, there was never an RJC chapter here in New York. And so it's a big deal. May 31st, you're actually speaking, but you speak at every major Jewish event. And I'm telling you that this deal, this proposal that we put together for Iran reminds me a lot of the Obama-Kerry deal. I'm going to be honest. And it loosens up a lot of the financial stress on Iran. And I'm telling you, if you give these people an inch, they will start to once again put their money towards Hezbollah and Hamas and the Houthis because they don't care. They don't care about survival. They'd rather die. They don't care about what happens to their people. So when I see a deal that says, hey, you'll get some of this money back, that scares the hell out of me because you know who's going to suffer? Not Nassau County, not L.A., no, Israel. You know that. And they'll be bracing for wars again and again, and I'm not okay with that.
Well, look, obviously Israel is the number one target. But as I've said before, Israel's an appetizer on their menu. The main course on their menu is to destroy America.
Right, but if they can't get to us, they can still get to Israel. They've killed a lot of people the last couple of months.
You know, here's what I know about President Trump. I trust him. He's done more than any other president to protect us.
100%.
And whether he makes a deal or not, the fact is that I believe he will not allow them to get nuclear capability. He will not allow them to support and finance Hamas and Hezbollah. I do not believe he will allow that to happen. What I do believe very strongly, Sid, is that President Trump loves our American military, and he's not going to put them in harm's way until he tries everything he can to try to avoid putting them in harm's way.
Agreed.
Will he use our military? Yes, he will.
Yeah.
But I believe that he is doing this to exhaust all remedies that possibly could be made. And if that doesn't work, he will use military force.
I agree with you. I think he's trying to protect our kids, and I think he also wants to protect Iranians. He knows those civilians are not bad people. It's the regime. And if you unload all this fury and hell he keeps talking about, we're going to kill a bunch of folks. So I believe you. He's got a great heart. He's got a great heart, loves his country, doesn't want to see innocent people die. I believe all of that. But when you start a war, you got to finish it. That's it. So if you're going to start the war, you got to be a little bit of a prick. I hate to say it because people are going to die. But I'm with you. I think he is trying to do the best he can to make sure that people don't die on either side, and that is certainly commendable. I do want to get to the leaders here, though. I know he doesn't like Mamdani. I don't care how many times a mayor shows up in the Oval Office and they smile and shake hands and Trump calls him a good guy. Bruce, he can't like him. He can't. He hates everything that Trump stands for. Everything good in America, this mayor wants to dismantle. He can't like him. So I don't care when he smiles, because I know the truth, okay? And I know that Hochul, that coward, she calls the president, "Oh, Mr. President," and the next day she comes off like a tough guy, like a real tough guy. He can't like either one of those people. Has he been honest with you about them?
I'm just going to say that we've had conversations about that. Look,
the laugh was great. Hey, Brucey, that laugh was great. I got to tell you, the laugh was great.
You can ask me about Hochul and Mandami. First of all, Mandami is a communist. Let's just put it out there. Forget about this socialist stuff. When he calls for collectivism, that's communism. So let's start there. Number two, he's not protecting New Yorkers. He's not protecting American Jews in New York City. So we need a governor that'll stand up to him, number one. Number two, Kathy Hochul. Did you see yesterday? She said she had a budget deal. She made a whole big announcement, and then the Speaker of the Assembly, Carl Hastie, said, there's no deal. I don't know what she's talking about.
I mean, how embarrassing was that? Yes, she goes on and on. $268 billion budget deal. It's done. We got a deal. And like Bruce just said, Carl Hastie goes, there's no deal. Forget about the policies. We may agree. We may agree on the policies. We don't agree on the money. There's no deal. How do you do that if you're the governor, to your point?
Do you remember that show, Deal, No Deal?
Yeah, it's Howie Mandel.
Deal, no deal. You know what their problem is? The left hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing.
That is right. That is very funny and well said.
By the way, this will be the latest budget. This will be the latest budget since 2010. So I'm going to send Kathy Hochul to the detention office for excessive tardiness. I'm going to beat her in November, and you're going to have a new governor that puts New Yorkers first.
Yeah. It is pathetic that she can't seem to get any of this done. And a lot of the stuff in this budget is anti-Trump. You know that. Is anti-law and order. Is anti-democracy. And like you always say, Bruce, and it's so important for voters out there to know this, she can hem and haw all she wants about not raising taxes. The truth is, she wakes up every day scared to death of the mayor. She's scared to death. And if, God forbid, she wins, and I don't think she will, you're going to win. But if, God forbid, she does, all those promises will go out the window. And Kathy Hochul will do, I promise you this, she will do whatever this socialist, communist, jihadist mayor wants. If you want that for New York, vote for her. Go ahead.
Well, it's unaffordable now to live here. We've got the highest taxes in America. We've got utility rates that are 70% higher than the national average. She's spending $8 billion on illegal migrants who aren't New Yorkers. They're not Americans. They've been here for 15 minutes. We have become a magnet for every illegal migrant in the United States because they get free housing, free food, free transportation, free cell phone. What's she giving to New Yorkers? That's their money, and she's spending it on somebody else. It's insane. And it ends on day one when I become governor.
Damn right. Last thing, Bruce, and this has been a little bit of a bugaboo for us since the beginning, and there seems to be this name recognition thing that people are still talking about, even though I got to give you credit. You're an amazing guy. I mean that. You're still doing a tremendous job running Nassau County. The best executive ever. I'll give you that. How about that? But at the same time, for folks that aren't following you, they got a lot of nerve saying, well, he needs to go. He goes, dummies. He's there. He's in Rochester. He's in Binghamton. He's in Utica. He's in Syracuse. He picked the lieutenant governor, Todd Hood, who lives there. He goes. He's a Madison County guy. But there still is a bit of a name recognition issue. Do you admit that? And what do we do to make sure that goes away?
Well, I certainly admit it, number one. And number two, the good news is that I'm in single digits behind Kathy Hochul. It's neck and neck. And I know that for a fact, not only from my polling. Don't believe the Siena poll, by the way. They get their money from the state, and they poll 20% of Republicans when 28 to 30% of Republicans vote. That was rigged to make me look bad, to hurt my fundraising. But what our polling shows, and we know her polling shows it because she spent $1 million attacking me last week, and she wouldn't do that if she was way ahead.
Right.
So what is disclosed in that is the sad fact that I'm in single digits, and 40% of the people in the state still don't know me and still don't know my record. And her unfavorables are off the charts.
Yep.
She is the most disliked governor we've ever had in the state, and that's why we're going to win. Nowhere do I go in the state do people like Kathy Hochul. They're miserable under her, and they want change. They want relief. They want a governor that cares about them and their families, and not about illegal migrants who come here for 15 minutes and to prove a political point. She gives them everything in the world at our expense when we could be spending it on cutting taxes, cutting utility costs, investing in schools, investing in hospitals, investing in infrastructure, creating jobs. That's the kind of governor the people want. She's not doing any of that.
That'll be you. Man, you sound great. Really, Bruce, I'm so proud of you. You sound great. That is going to be you. You are going to win. And I know McLaughlin tells me those numbers, like you just said, and he's the best in the business. No one close. They're very, very close. So keep doing what you're doing. We love you. New York is going to do the right thing. And when you win, then you start the healing process. Because I say this all the time. I mean this. If God forbid you lose, we're done. It's over. That's it. Close shop. Now you got another 4 of Hochul. That probably means another 6 or 7 of Mamdani. That's it. Good night. So you're going to win because you have to win, because I love you. New York is going to love you, and you're the perfect guy for the job. Bruce Blakeman, thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Sid. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, my man. I love you. Bruce Blakeman's the best.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode, so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Listen to this podcast now on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonis.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonis. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.